When it comes to intimacy, should we be hard all the time? Is it okay if we go soft sometimes? See if you can relate to this. We have thoughts when it comes to our erections like, I should be hard all the time, or we compare ourselves to other men and I bet they satisfy their partner, I bet they can stay hard all the time. Or we think, I'm not normal, I don't think I'm normal, I think there's something wrong with me. Or we start freaking out, our partner goes to the bathroom, they say, I'll be back in 2 minutes, and we think, I've got to stay in the zone, I've got to stay hard, I've got to keep an erection. If any of these are relatable to you, then you are not alone, you're not alone. The reality is there is a spectrum when it comes to our erections. I've done this drawing so that you can understand what I mean. Okay, so there's the start point here, which is never. We're never able to get hard, right? Even in intimacy, we're never able to get hard. And then there's the other extreme, 4 hours, which I'll come on to in a moment, what I mean by that. Compare this to when we go to get a testosterone reading, by the way, right? There's a normal range, and then we have the range that's outside. So where in this example, when it comes to erections, we're never able to get hard on our own or with a partner, it just never ever happens. Or we stay hard solid constantly for more than 4 hours, in which case it becomes a medical emergency. So for guys, for example, that take too much Viagra or do injections into their penis and it's too much, goes to the other extreme and becomes a medical emergency. At this end of the spectrum, there are going to be those of us that experience, for example, when our partner goes to the bathroom, when we're not in the moment, that our erection starts to go down. And there's times, for example, if we are going down on our partner, where we're not as hard as we would be compared to when they're going down on us or when we're having sex. All of those things are absolutely normal. Here is where we get ourselves into this comparison trap, because we think as men we should be here, right? That we constantly stay hard. But where does that actually come from? And the reality is that that does not happen with most men. Most men, it is absolutely normal for our erections to go up and down as the intimacy or passion is developing, or we're taking a pause. For example, that could be a pause that our partner has gone to the bathroom, or it could be a pause that we're going down on them, so that part of our body is not being physically stimulated. It's normal for us to go softer in these moments. Concerns come up here. So let me address the comparison one first of all. Number one, where do we see most of our reference points for other men's penises is porn, right? Not even really on movies, is porn. And what do we see on porn? The men are constantly hard. We never see any, I've never seen any fluctuations in erections when it comes to porn. It is just, okay, maybe starting soft at the beginning, then getting hard, and that's it. Hard, 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 hard the whole way through. That's our majority reference points for what we think should be happening. The case is that is just not the reality. Porn stars are taking Viagra or injections into their penis, so we're comparing ourselves to an unrealistic situation. The second thing is then the what if questions that start to go into our mind, because we can freak out. When our partner goes to the bathroom and we start to have the thoughts of, I've just got to stay focused, or we try and think of erotic things to stay hard, or we keep trying to stimulate ourselves and we think, come on, come on, come on, I've just got to maintain it. We don't need to do that, but nobody tells us this. Nobody tells us this, right? So it's normal for us to be thinking, I've got to be like how those other guys are in the movies, where they just, in the porn movies, where they get hard and stay hard. At the bottom of this video, you will see a like button. If you find this video helpful today, click on that button because it helps other men to also see this. We get stuck in our head, right? We start to then wonder, have I got a problem? Oh God, when they go to the bathroom, if I lose my erection, or when I go down on them, if I lose my erection, what if I'm not able to get hard again? And the fact that we've then come out of the moment and popped into our mind, so think of this, we've like exited being present with our partner and just gone into our head, we are then detaching ourselves from that moment of intimacy. Okay, so we're going from, we've got like 1 foot on the accelerator, or we had 1 foot on the accelerator, and now we've got a major foot on the brake that's pushing down even more than the accelerator. So we can expect ourselves, when we pop into our mind, to absolutely start losing our erection and struggle to even get it back, because we're just getting less and less and less present, because we're getting more and more and more stuck in our head. It is totally normal for our erections to go up and down. in the build up to intimacy, in the build up to full sex. Actually, even during sex, at times there can be differences in our erections, and it's totally okay to take a break and then get back to it, especially if we're having a longer session of intimacy. So I'd like you to try something, right? When you're next engaging in intimacy with your partner, if they say, I'm just going to the bathroom, or if you're going down on them and you notice that your erection isn't as hard, because we test it, right? We do these checks or these tests. We want you to then take a breath and be like, okay, actually, I don't need to worry about that because I was hard before, so I know that it's okay, right? There's nothing that's going wrong here. And once I've finished doing this, or once my partner's back from the bathroom, then let's switch over and let's just build it back up. Let's just build it back up to where we are. So starting with kissing again, laying down, massaging each other, and just allowing things to build back up, to not allow the popping up into the mind to keep escalating and spiraling. For some of us, that is easier said than done. Okay, so I appreciate for some guys watching this, this has happened for months or years now, and it's just not as simple as saying, don't overthink, right? That's not the advice that I'm giving, because that's useless advice. So we need to know what to do, how to deal with this, how to stop the overthinking. If you can relate to that, and if it has been months or maybe even years, when it comes to intimacy, when it comes to sex, erections are just a real challenge, and you notice these what if thoughts, then I'd like to invite you to take the E.D quiz. The E.D quiz. This is 10 yes or no questions that you ask yourself. It's a free quiz to get to the bottom of what is going on so that we can get this sorted. So if that sounds good to you, in the comments below you will see the link to the E.D quiz. When you click on that link, it will take you straight to the page where you answer those 10 yes or no questions. You will then see your score. You're welcome to take it now, and I look forward to seeing you there.